It is travel day. We are very excited to be heading to our next location, which is Rhodes, Greece. But we are going to add, we are super sad to be leaving Fethiye, Turkey.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny thing. You know, you're sad to leave. You're not looking forward to leaving, but you're excited to get to the next destination. And that's kind of where we're at right now.
Yeah, we are. But we are heading our way right now to go and catch the ferry. And we're going to kind of just explain that whole process to you. If you decide to take the ferry from either Rhodes to Turkey or Greece to Turkey, or from Turkey over to Rhodes for even just a day trip.
Okay, now where is the ferry terminal? It is about a 10-minute walk for us, being in the central area of the marina, south towards the end of the marina area. There's a ferry terminal. You might not see it right away, so make sure you look it up on Google Maps so you know exactly where it's at.
Right, and we are walking it, but you can always, if you're staying in, say, Kalish Beach area, you can just catch a taxi and get here. We see them all around right now, and it's bright and early in the morning. So now the next question that you're going to have is how to get your tickets for the ferry. Now the ferry, you can either buy them online, which is what we did, just because a lot of time it's easier. You don't have to question, like, is there going to be availability?
Right.
You just have your tickets in hand. Now a couple things comes with purchasing them online. You're required to have that ticket printed off, and then you also, one thing to note is you will pay a $5 fee, a €5 fee to get on the boat if you're heading from Turkey to Greece, or a 140 lira, but that is going to change with the dollar change. So anyways, check into that and they will give that information on the website.
Right, and usually you have to get these printed out, these tickets printed out at a kiosk somewhere here in town. We don't have to today.
Yeah.
Because it's a holiday, which we were not aware of, and it's going to be incredibly busy.
Yeah.
So we're a little bit early, which is good, so we can shoot this video.
Right. So I went to the ticket office
Yes.
yesterday to see about printing off our tickets, and he said, no, we're not printing them because it's going to be really busy, so just come to the port and check in there. So that was great. Good to check that out. And right across the street from the ferry terminal is a ticket office. So if you just want to go in and purchase your tickets, a lot of you just like to do it in person, have them in hand, you can do that as well. Now, getting your tickets is, you know, when you're getting them in kind of skirting the on season, which is what we did, there's not as many ferries available.
Right.
But if you're coming and you're going to be here in the summer months, there's going to be a lot more options. For us, there was really only 2 ferries during the day to choose from, but I know there's a lot more in those busier times.
Yeah, we're taking the early day ferry simply because the late ferry is too late. So we'll see when we can get into our Airbnb when we get over to Rhodes, because we might have to find something to do.
Yeah. Now the other question is how much it costs. And once again, this is going to vary by season as well, I believe. For us, we paid about €44 for our trip over, and that includes the €5 fee to get on the boat from this side. Okay, so we have made it through security. Now, definitely keep in mind that whole warning to get here an hour ahead. Now, for us, it was an hour and a half because of the holiday.
Right.
We are glad we did that because there was already a line. We were back quite a ways. Now, checking in is no different than checking in for anything else. You're going to show your passport, you're going to get your ticket printed off, and then we had to go into security.
We had to go to security, and security is a lot like the airport. Now, you don't have to do the liquids and separate everything out, but it's very similar. They're going to stamp you out of the country, so make sure you have your passport ready to go. We got through security with very little problem, and here we are.
And now we are ready to get onto the ship and look for a window seat. Now that is something you definitely want to get, because part of the fun of this is going across and being able to get a view while you're at it.
Yeah, the sun's coming out, so
another
good reason to get a window seat. We're looking forward to this. It's about an hour and a half, is that right?
Hour and 50 minutes.
Hour and 50 minutes. So we're going to go enjoy that.
All right, we will catch you on the other side. Okay, so ferry ride done. It went very smoothly. The ferry itself is actually very nice inside. A couple notes that I would make. The leg room is not a lot. So if you are a tall person, make sure and really get there early so that you can get one of the seats that doesn't have another seat right directly in front of you.
Yeah, it was pretty tight. Even for me, it was tight. I'd also say bring a sweatshirt, maybe even some sweatpants. I got a little bit chilly.
They have the AC on there pretty good. And the other thing is that, you know, when we were coming across, it was actually really calm and flat, and there's no wind right now, but it still had quite a bit of swells. So if you are somebody that might have any level of seasickness, just make sure that you bring something along with you to take, because I'm not sure if we mentioned that before, there's not outdoor space that you can go out to. They shut those doors and you're not going outside, so you do have to stay inside.
Bring your Dramamine, get there early. The luggage space is also limited, so you want to get there early for your luggage space, and try and get off the ferry as soon as you can, because other ferries are coming in at the same time, and you want to get through customs as soon as possible.
It lined up pretty
It's a little
bad,
bit of a cluster. They do have a system.
They do have a system, and it moves, but yeah, if you're in the back of the line, you're going to be standing there a while, and if it's hot, you're in the direct sun, there's no shade. Now, where it comes in here in Rhodes is right in the main port, so if you look that up, and where the port is located is right directly at Old Town. So if you're coming in on the ferry, or if you were coming in on a cruise ship, which is what we're looking at right now, there you are just a few minutes walk into Old Town, so great location.
And the good news is, we heard from our Airbnb host, we get in 11:30, so we have about an hour to kill. It might take us that long to get there anyway, so it's going to be perfect.
Yeah, we have about 20 minutes actually. It took us a while to get through customs, so we might have to walk fast.
Let's go check out our Airbnb. Hopefully it's what we expect.
Now, this is quite a change from our last Airbnb. We definitely downsized quite a bit, but it's Greece is about all I have to say. So you get a lot less for your money than we had over in Turkey. So, but it's a very pretty place. It is going to be super functional for the time we are here, and we're gonna make it work. We do have a great view off of the deck, so we're going to enjoy that. We actually have 2 decks. You know how if you watch Drive-On, it's all decked out.
It is all decked out. Now, I will say this place is twice as big as any of the places we had in Southeast Asia. So we're happy. It's gonna work. It's gonna be very functional. And we're going to go out and see where our grocery store is, how close our grocery store is, and see what else we can find.
Right.
Probably a beer.
Yeah, so one of the things we've discussed in the past is kind of people ask us, you know, what we do when we get to a place and everything. Our first day is usually quite simple. It is, you know, you're tired. It wasn't a long travel day for us, but we just lugged luggage for about a mile to our place, which was fine, but it's a lot of cobblestone. And so our first day is really all about, like Brian said, finding the grocery store, seeing how close it is, and we usually check out a couple of them because there's usually multiple and pick our favorite. And then, like you said, find a little place to sit down and cheers being in a new location. We found a really great grocery store. We feel like we kind of scored on the first
Yes,
try, which
absolutely.
is not our style. Usually we have to try and try again. But it was really, it's totally going to work for the month we were here. They pretty much had everything. Prices have increased a little bit since coming over from Turkey.
Yeah, we should have known better. It's about a 5-minute walk. But I'll be honest right now, I'm done talking about it. It's too thirsty. It's well past too thirsty.
Yeah.
And it's so far past too thirsty. We're going to go find some place to have a beer.
We are. We are going to walk over into Old Town and check it out. All right, so we are excited to be here. We have just walked around Old Town a little bit and found ourselves just a little restaurant here to sit down. We are hungry and we are definitely thirsty. Got ourselves some traditional food, some of the grape leaves stuff with rice, and so far really good. We are excited though to just kind of explore and bring this whole area to you. Found our grocery store. We'll find our local pub that we like. All right,
a lot more coming from Rhodes.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Stay
a great
tuned.
month. All right, cheers.